What's going on, everyone? So, a lot of talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, especially being linked to the Lakers. And look, if you can get Giannis, great. Whether you can get him this season or in the offseason, I think in the offseason is more realistic. I don't think the Lakers have the package that makes sense to go and get Giannis right now, even with an Austin Reeves, stuff like that. Not just that, but does Austin Reeves even want to go to Milwaukee? Yeah, you could find a 3-team trade and maybe trade Austin to a team in which he maybe wants to go to, right? Like, there's always a way. It's figuring it out. And if Giannis really does want to be a Laker, there's a lot of talks about him, Lakers being his preferred destination. Again, take all that stuff with a grain of salt. It's the Lakers, gets clicks, right? Like, obviously, Lakers are always going to be linked to big names, big star stuff like that. And the idea of pairing Luka and Giannis makes a ton of sense, right? Talk about two of the best players in all of basketball, two guys that, at least on the surface, seem to be a match made in heaven. It's one thing, paper. It's another thing when they actually play together. Are they going to be able to work that out and figure it out? But if they can, you're talking potentially an all-time great duo. You're talking about the closest thing to like a prime LeBron and Anthony Davis as it gets, right? Magic Kareem type thing. Like this could be special even, potentially. But my biggest concern, again, if you can get Giannis, get Giannis. I think it's more realistic in the offseason. I think it's something that, supposedly Giannis is committed to at least this season. According to Brian Windhorst, he already requested the trade, but he's kind of going to ride out this season. And then next season, right, obviously if they keep losing and he keeps having those frustrations, that could change things. All of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, like, I'm sick of this. I don't want to be here. And he could, trade deadline still a couple months away. A lot can happen between now and then. But my concern is we have seen the Lakers in the past get the shiny toy or have ideas of grandeur and the shiny toy and stuff and wait and wait and wait and wait. And then that shiny toy never comes and they miss out on all the other stuff that would have been just as valuable for you. And it ends up putting you in this kind of weird spot. Lakers are a very good basketball team right now, right? Lakers are, in my opinion, probably 2 pieces away from being a true contender. I think they're a contender now. I don't think anyone should be shocked if the Lakers win the NBA championship this year, honestly, right? But I think you really need that legit 2-way starting level wing, and I think you need that secondary guy. Herb Jones and Keon Ellis, right? Or Sadiq Bey and Herb Jones. Like, can you do that in one trade? Or Keon Ellis and Andrew Wiggins, whatever, right? Some type of combination of 2 wings that you can add to this roster that give you athleticism, defense, 2-way play. You get that. I think the Lakers are one of, if not the best teams in all of basketball. Their offense is elite, right? It'd be nice to there's a couple other things that, it's like, hey, maybe an upgrade at the backup or, a bucket getter off the bench or something. We've talked about several different options, but really, I think really boils down to go get 2 quality wings, right? Second tier guy, top tier guy, Lakers, let's go win an NBA championship, right? My concern is the Lakers, instead of going in, making a play for Herb Jones and making a play for Keon Ellis and getting those pieces and doing the things. And now the Lakers, it's like, hey, here we go. The Lakers go, instead of doing all that, let's wait for Giannis, right? Because we've seen the Lakers do that in the past. We know that is something that the Lakers do. The Kawhi Leonard situation is an excellent example, right? We've had Dwight Howard. We've had several guys where the Lakers think Paul George, right? Like, the Kawhi one is probably the best one because literally Lakers thought for sure he was theirs. They didn't sign all these guys. And luckily, Kawhi Leonard kind of put the league on pause. And then he goes to the Clippers. And luckily, the Lakers were able to scramble, get enough, Danny Green, Rondo, all these guys that were able to go build a contender and win a championship, right? But again, they missed on a bunch of guys they might have been able to get that might have made them just as good, if not better, and maybe better for multiple seasons because they were waiting for Kawhi and needed to sit and wait. And they made all these decisions and all these moves and all these things to get Kawhi, LeBron, and Anthony Davis on the same team together, and they got the Anthony Davis, and they're like, this is going to be cake. We're going to have Kawhi, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. We're going to win 5 championships. It's going to be beautiful. And then Kawhi never came. They missed out on a bunch of stuff. Again, luckily it worked out that time, but it's very possible it doesn't work out this time. And Lakers, again, have a very clear need, right? And they have the assets to solve those needs, right? Like, they're not going to be able to get like a Herb Jones and a Miles Bridges, but I think that they'll be able to get a guy, if not 2, right? I think Rob Pelinka will solve the kind of wing depth issue, right? And I've even made the argument, I do think that there is an argument to be made to just go get multiple kind of second tier guys. I'd love a Herb Jones, but realistically speaking, there's going to be a lot of competition for him if he becomes available. And, the Lakers, yes, if you can get him, but it's like, at what cost? What is it going to take? What are you going to have to do? And then there's also, several other pieces. Like, it's just, and then Andrew Wiggins and Miles Bridges, as high as I am on especially Miles Bridges, those 2 guys, like, their best attribute is that they can self-create and go get buckets, and they're not reliant on Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. But how much opportunity are they going to get? And you're going to have to pay a premium to get those guys. Where could you get a Keon Ellis, a Sadiq Bey, and a Matisse Thybulle? Right? You could get all 3 of those guys for cheaper than any of those 3 top end guys. And I mean, technically, you could do that and then still have the assets, still have the stuff to then go get a Giannis Antetokounmpo in the offseason, right? And maybe even keep those guys. Because, like, how much is Milwaukee going to want Matisse Thybulle, Sadiq Bey, and, maybe a Keon Ellis, but Keon Ellis will also be an unrestricted free agent. So Keon's like, hey, I don't want to go there. I want to stay with the Lakers. Then you don't have to worry about it. Then Lakers could even kind of tell him, like, hey, just make it clear to Milwaukee because we want to keep you here. We don't want to get rid of you type thing. So then now all of a sudden you'd have, Luka, Keon Ellis, Sadiq Bey, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and, DeAndre Ayton, plus, you still have Matisse Thybulle and Jake LaRavia and whatever else, is left over after you make the trade and stuff. But you'd be, one of the best teams in all of basketball at that point, right? Like, if not the best team in all of basketball at that point. So I do think that there is an argument to be made of, like, this Giannis thing even nudging you closer to, like, the wing depth thing, like go and get like multiple kind of second tier guys. Because one, like I said, I don't think you'll have to worry about having to include them in any trade packages. 2, I don't think it'll cost you very much. And then 3, I think, you're going to need those guys regardless, right? You need the Alex Caruso, the Danny Green, the, Rajon Rondo, the Avery Brad. Like, you need those type of guys alongside Luka and Giannis regardless. So if you can get those guys, now the Lakers are in position. Like, now you can go win multiple championships. So ideally, that's kind of how this takes place and shapes up. But my concern is Lakers, again, have a chance to go get a Herb Jones or have a chance to go get a Miles Bridges or an Andrew Wiggins or somebody like that and still get a Keon Ellis and whatever else, right? Like, my concern is that the Lakers have the chance to make a big swing that could put us in contention and have us win a championship this year, but don't do it because they think they have a shot at Giannis in the offseason. Right? Especially if the rumors are true that Giannis's preferred destination is the Lakers. That concerns me because if the Lakers believe Giannis is coming next year, I could see the Lakers sitting on their hands and going like, let's just keep it as is. Whatever happens because we get Giannis next year and I get Luka and Giannis long term. I would rather see the Lakers go do what you're supposed to do. Go get those guys anyway, right? And then when Giannis does say, hey, I want to be a Laker, then you can go and make and figure that out then, right? Because then if it doesn't work out, you still have a contending team. If not, you might have just you might be the defending champions. You might have won a championship going into the season and, hey, let's run it back, right? Like, or make a couple key pieces. Or if this team gets Giannis, it's like, oh man, we might need to kind of upgrade in a couple key areas. But now you have the assets and all that stuff to do that and get that done. you have cap space and you have all this stuff, right? Because Austin Reeves' cap hold is only $20 million. So Lakers could be in prime state. Again, I'm not saying you don't get Giannis. I know there's a lot of people that are like, stay away from Giannis, just stick to the route that they're on, which is fine too. I have no problems with that. But my concern is that they don't even stick to the route that they're on right now, right? Like, if you, let's say you trade your first and you trade everything, you go get Herb Jones and Keon Ellis, right? Let's just use them as an example. Giannis says he wants to come, right? You still have Austin Reeves, you still have a bunch of stuff. You could also add a Herb Jones and Keon Ellis if you needed to that package, right? You could also do Austin Reeves and Herb Jones, and and Herb Jones would be going into his new contract, plus Austin Reeves could do a sign trade. So you could send those two in the deal to get Giannis plus whatever remaining first you have, or you could trade those guys individually, get the assets you need to do a Milwaukee Bucks trade regardless, especially if Giannis says he only wants to go there, or maybe you might have enough power to where maybe you can get enough for Austin Reeves if he continues to play well, and especially if you win a championship or whatever, to where now you can get an asset to go get that, maybe even keep a Herb Jones, right? And now have Giannis, DeAndre, and Herb Jones, Keon Ellis, and Luka Doncic, and now let's go win the next 8 championships as long as everyone's healthy, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. If you enjoy these types of videos, truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.